get to this box. All right, if we're ready. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Yeah.
So this is 100%. So 100%. I have to collect every gem and defeat the final boss. There are 96 gems in the game. There's 6 in every hub and 6 in every level. Main movement tech in this game is the slide jump. Oh, this is tragic. Alright, so here, we're gonna do a death abuse there to get back onto the mainland. So in this game is a fall timer. So when you fall a certain distance, the game will just kill you. And that's faster than just
can't you spin to kind of circumvent that in a few instances?
No. So if you... I can explain the spin a little later because it'll be important later. But no, the spinning doesn't stop you from dying. Alright, so here's a puzzle. And a very common theme in this game is that puzzles are skippable, like this one.
Optional.
Yeah. There we go. So you're supposed to blow up like 5 tiki heads, but I blew up 1.
They released this game about 5 months before finishing it.
Yeah. This is about 40% of what was actually supposed to be in the final game. And that's not even like an exaggeration of a number. Alright, so got that first try. So now I'm going out of bounds here. Another common theme. I'm skipping 2 cutscenes by doing this.
You also even go out of bounds in pretty much every level.
Yeah, if I'm not going out of bounds, let me know, because that means I'm doing something wrong. And also,
you might notice it wasn't particularly hard to get out of bounds either.
No.
Like, there wasn't like a crazy skip or anything. It was just like jumping over the train, basically.
Yeah. Also, if anyone here who's watching this run is in the chat and has questions, just ask, and we'll get funneled back to me, I'm sure. Alright, so here's another puzzle skip. Incredibly hard. Right there I did what's called a long jump. So when you do a slide jump in this game, the game kind of stores the slide momentum. And if your next jump is off the edge of something, your jump will have the speed of the slide. So that lets you go over gaps that you're really not supposed to go over, and it's probably the most broken thing in this game because it just lets you skip basically anything. Let's use another cutscene.
So if he ever seems like he's doing a slide or a slide jump in a really awkward position, he's setting up to get a long jump. So you might see him set it up in a few awkward places.
Alright, so I just jumped on 2 invisible ledges to skip another cutscene.
There's a lot of invisible collision in this game that probably shouldn't exist.
No, and I'm not slide jumping into that TNT because it's a good way to die. Alright, so coming up in a minute, we have the skip that I'm the most likely to have to load a save on in this game. So there's a boss fight coming up where Cortex flies around on a hoverboard, and the hoverboard is stored invisibly out of bounds, and it is fully controllable. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually out of bounds again, by the way, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to land on the invisible hoverboard, and I'm going to fly it into the level underneath the boss fight, and that will skip the boss. I will probably fail it, which means I'll soft lock and have to load a save. But
crash the game, but that's...
if I get this first try, this would be super great. There's like no chance to get this first try. Here we go.
Yeah, the positioning where you need to actually be to load the next part in a place where you're actually able to...
not even remotely close. All right, I'll give this another go. All right. So I'll give this, like, if I fail this like 2 more times, I'll just load a save that's past it because I don't want to be here all day. So.
Reset point in every streams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a very big reset point, even for like top level runners. This trick is really hard.
There really isn't a consistent setup for it, I don't think.
There is. It's just extremely precise, and you're landing on an invisible object. There isn't like a great frame of reference. So. Right, so I have a save right by the boss fight, and you can just jump back up here, which you're also not really supposed to do.
Yeah, if you're familiar with like the original Crash games, then this game might look a little weird to you. This one's like a lot more open world compared to the other ones that are just like warp room load, warp room load. There's actually a lot more.
That was awful. I'll give this one more go.
Yeah.
Loading times in this game are also awful.
Yeah, they're not great.
It is a PlayStation 2 game.
Yeah. Xbox version has better loads, but this game is awful on an Xbox controller because the Xbox controller is way too sensitive for all the precise stuff you have to do in this game. So it's really, really annoying.
On the PAL version of the game, because in the NTSC version, which runs at 60 frames per second, I believe there is a problem where sometimes when you slide jump, your slide just goes in the wrong direction.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, if the game is running at 60 FPS, every time you slide, you can go in the wrong direction. So that is obviously not fun. So we play the European version again. All right, this is my last go at
There's
this.
also a mechanic.
Well, let me try and get this real quick.
There's also a mechanic in this called the super slide, where if you slide on a
Oh, that should work. I think I got it. Please. All right.
You slide on a frame with the game lags.
All right, so this could also crash the game. Nice. All right. So we crashed the game, which means I did the trick correctly. So the game crashed. So now I have to load a save.
All right. Well, you got it at least.
Yeah, that counts as getting it in my book.
So I believe what happens there is you basically crash the game because Cortex ends up trying to be in like two spots at once.
Yeah. Like
how you put it.
If you go too close to Cortex in that cutscene and then move away from him really quickly, he's trying to go to multiple locations.
Yeah, because the thing with that, the way that cutscene works is normally you're right in front of Cortex when he's doing that, and so he runs straight at you. Mm-hmm. But because you hover into the room, you're in a different location, so he runs in the direction of wherever you're going.
Mm-hmm. I saw a question of what made me want to run this game. I saw someone running this game. I think it was Dustiel, and I had played this game as a kid and didn't like it, but saw the run. I was like, oh wow, that's really cool. I got to learn it. Right, so now the problem with when you reset your console in this game is it uncalibrates your control stick, and it's going to be really hard to recalibrate this in the ball, so we'll see what I can do here.
This is going to be entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't like this game as a kid, Joe?
No, I didn't. Okay. Because it wasn't like the other ones, like, ooh, break all the boxes.
Okay, that's fair, yeah.
Also, yeah, for those things, it's actually impossible to break all the boxes in this game.
Again, this game was not rushed at all.
Yeah, it's actually impossible. Alright, here we go. So, I think it feels fine, so I should be fine. So this is the level that I should have been in if the game didn't crash. This is Cavern Catastrophe, so this is a ball level. Thankfully, it's the only ball level, is the ball physics in this game let's go with questionable. By questionable, I mean, like, random, non-existent, any other negative word you want to use, go for it.
Questionable is a good word for it.
Yeah.
Cortex got into a little bit of a fist fight, and so they're just kind of fighting each other and somehow solving puzzles.
Yeah, notice how I'm just like bouncing off the ground when the ground is flat. That would be And so there's a cycle I'm trying to catch here. If I have pretty good movement here, I should be fine. That should be good. It's coming up, we got a puzzle skip. I'm going to bounce off of a stalagmite. In theory. We'll see how it goes. Nice. Okay, now I have to do the bouncy boxes of death. Pray to Sonic 06. So these bouncy boxes can send you super high for no reason. We call that getting Sonic 06. It didn't happen there, thank God. But it's as far as I know. It's.
Now I'm no Crash Twinsanity expert, but if I had to guess, it might be. I would guess it probably is because you like land.
Oh, I died. Nice. That is a very bad place to die because now I have to do that again. That's really unfortunate. It's been a long time since I've died there.
Yeah, I got some nice 3D range there to be able to skip the.
Yeah, I won't go for it the next time. Just because I don't want to die again. Like I'm already probably at like 12 minutes or something. You should be at like 5.5 on a good run here. So. Okay, I got the bounce off the pillar. Okay, yeah, I got hit, so I'm definitely doing the inbounds here because if I die here in the fight, that's very bad. So.
Yeah, isn't it if you die in the ant fight, the game crashes?
No, if you die after you hit the last button, the game soft locks. That's what happens.
Okay.
I have no mask, so it's extremely likely that I'll die here, so I'm not going to do the skip after this gem here. See, I told you all this was going to be a train wreck. It's already off to a fantastic start.
It's only going to get better, by the way.
Yeah, once I get past the first half of the game, it should be fine. But basically, the first 60% of this game, pretty much like every mistake is a reset. Because it loses you a lot of time, or crashes the game, or softlocks the game, or all of the above.
It crashes and softlocks at the same time.
So if you make a mistake in the first, 40-ish minutes, you're in trouble. Alright, no mask here, so I have to play this really, really safe. That's good RNG. Oh, good lord. Okay. Didn't softlock, even though I tried to. That guy hit me, he would have softlocked the game.
Crystal is mine.
And now we're going to do the first half of this level over again.
Can I ask why
you
that
don't
happened?
actually...
I don't know why, actually.
Okay, just wondering.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think it's just because, like, you're dead, and then it... Because, like, on the 1.0 version of the game on NTSC, when you do, like, the boiler zombie, that it gets you stuck, it's the same thing. But that one got patched.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a puzzle skip with a long jump, there's another puzzle skip with a long jump, and hit this checkpoint in Death Abuse. Okay. So there's a lot of Death Abuses when you are playing with Cortex, because he is slow. So you'll just throw him somewhere, hit a checkpoint, die, and then get him back. It's a general theme of the two-player, or the two-character sections. Also, he just despawned here. Notice how he's not there. That happens completely randomly. It also throws off the physics. This is a great game, ladies and gentlemen. Now he'll just, like, appear out of nowhere after this cutscene. Poof, there he is.
I will say, I did really like this game as a kid, and now as an adult, I like it for a completely different reason.
Yeah.
Because it's a...
Alright, so now we have the drill fight here. It's also easy to just die for no reason here. You can just go straight through the floor and die. It's completely random. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Although I'm kind of hoping it does happen, just because I want everyone to see the train wreck that is this game. Which is everything that could possibly happen.
To kind of make the drill go all the way down, but he's only going to make rocks fall down one time.
Yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to attempt something here. Okay, so I threw Cortex, and then moved into the cutscene, so now I'm moving in this cutscene. So now I'm all the way over here. Another puzzle skip there. Get used to puzzle skips. I'm pretty sure every single puzzle in this game is actually skippable. I don't think we skip every single one, because some of them are just faster to do. Alright, so that's the end of Cavern. Now we're on...
Basically, this entire game is optional.
Yeah. So now we got a couple more puzzle skips. So here's a Nitro puzzle. And there it goes. And then here's another Nitro puzzle. Oh, I missed that one. Alright, let's try again. There we go. Okay. 100%, I have to collect all the gems. That's it. There's actually crystals in this game too, but those don't count for percent. And the boxes don't either, so... Because they're just kind of there. Another puzzle skip there with a long jump.
Yeah, most of the crystals, it seems like, are like directly right in your path in like a cutscene or some kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
Whereas the gems are a little bit more out of the way.
Yeah, some of the crystals you actually do skip anyways because they're just... Oh, actually, I'm scared. I'm gonna hit this checkpoint. Alright, so this is an auto-scroller. And we're gonna fix that by just going around the trigger to start it. Like this. Now I'm grabbing Cortex here. This is very important.
Cortex is getting chased by bees.
Yeah, this is very important that I grab Cortex here. It's also very risky because it's letting me do a strat that is extremely risky, but it's fast, so we're going for it. Yeah, so I'm supposed to be escorting Cortex through this whole section. Note how that would be way slower than just going through it with normal movement. Also, shout out to this music. Flight of the Bumblebees. Also, shout out to the whole soundtrack of this game, which is in acapella. There are no instruments in the soundtrack of this game anywhere.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how good this is. Especially, like, a lot of people don't even seem to realize it's acapella until you because, like, there are certain things that really just sound like a guitar or
when we get to
various things.
when we get to Rooftop Rampage in particular, that will be probably the most impressive sounding. Yeah, all right. Someone hit this checkpoint, Death Abuse.
The dialogue and the soundtrack were the only things that they put effort into in this game.
So I'm gonna throw Cortex into this cutscene and jump over the water and die. So now I'm at like -1 health, but the game can't complete the process of killing me. So now I'm in zombie mode. So now I can't die except to except to a few things, which is good and also very bad depending on what happens.
So the villagers coming up in the next section, if they spot him, then they can kill him.
The fun thing, these villagers can actually only see you for 1 frame. Alright, this water is also supposed to kill you, but I'm dead, so I just slide along the bottom of it. Also, the water has ice physics underneath it. Okay, we got through the first part. Now this guy, right? So this guy's going to put up his binoculars. If you're in his sight, the frame his binoculars goes up, he sees you, otherwise he doesn't see you. So I just wait for him to put him up and then go. Alright, now we have an extremely dumb jump. We call this village skip. This skips a cutscene. It saves like 15 seconds if you get it first try. But lol, getting this first try ever. I've only hit the ledge once in 5 attempts. Oh, I had it and I messed it up. Okay, it's easier from the other side of the fence here. In theory. Okay, there we go. So lets me get those 2 gems more quickly and also enter the village without triggering the cutscene at the start of the village. And now I want to get back out of bounds again, because being in bounds is for nerds. So now I've escaped the village, but I'm still out of bounds, and I'm going to clip back in bounds with this falling animation. So there are 3 things that can happen when you fall down in this game. One is nothing, one is this flop animation, and the other is dying. And it depends on how high you are that changes what happens. So the flop animation is in between the nothing happens and you die. So we get a nice kind of classic crash towards this screen chase section here.
Yeah, there's a few of these in this game. Do you see the other ones? I'm thinking of like
there's one more.
Yeah,
that's the only other one in the game.
And the Rooftop Rampage, I think.
Oh yeah, that one counts as well. Alright. Yeah, again, so I'm undead, so I just went straight through that wall of nitros. Right. So here's another skip to skip the farmer part, and then I'm going to try and skip the boss up here. If I screw this up, I'll be really embarrassed, because this is a really easy trick. Okay, yeah, so you just jump on that rock and jump around the trigger for this boss fight, and don't fight him. Good job. Extremely hard skip.
In this run.
Ooh, that was scary.
Ending cutscene.
Okay, so that's the end of Hub 1. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 4 hubs in this game, and I think each hub is divvied into like 4 little sections with bosses in between.
It's like 3 and the hub.
Okay.
So I paused the game there because it loads the game faster. That actually saves like 4 seconds to pause the game there for 8 as opposed to stand there for 12. Okay, so I'm still zombied. So coming up here,
you kind of pause before entering the 3rd section. That's because he's waiting for that section to load in. Otherwise, Crash will just tumble right away as soon as you enter it.
I did not have faith that that actually worked. So I'm trying to set something up here called an airwalk. Okay, that should work. So if you do a slide jump and you land on a surface that's higher than where you started, when you walk off a ledge, you'll fall more slowly. And so it lets you fall farther, like that. And otherwise, like if I just walked off there, I would have died. But by doing that airwalk there, I can just fall down to the water. Alright, this is a really scary gem. Really tests your depth perception. Okay, we're good. Please no super slide here. Okay, good. Okay, so here's the spin. So if you spin when you fall from a height, as you hit the ground, you don't get the flop animation. So that's what the spin is for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got it. Die here, the game can also crash.
Yeah, if I die, after I said I activated zombie, any death after that point would have crashed the game, and that's still true right now. I still can't die. And so now we're going into ice climb.
The fact that you died with Vortex.
Yeah, this is by far the hardest level in the game. IMO. Actually, it is just the hardest level in the game.
Being a zombie is that he can't hit normal checkpoints even if he tried to. They just don't work.
Yeah, the world checkpoints will work, but they're useless because they will... Again, yeah, Cortex is attached to me still, so the game will try and reattach into me, except he can't be attached to me here, and so the game will just instantly freeze. Okay. So now I'm standing on a floor, as you can see. Okay, so I'm going over here to get this gem. I'm also getting this mask. So now that I've collected the mask, I am no longer zombied. And that's important because I do need to death abuse at some point. Okay, where's the bat? Okay, I don't see the bat. That's good. There's a bat that's in this tunnel, and he's the scariest enemy in the game. Now, if I get hit, I will still die. Or I'll still crash the game. How common are these glitches casually? Pretty darn common, honestly. If you played through this game and you told me you encountered no glitches, I would not believe you. Alright, so we're going...
Mostly.
So here we're going out of bounds to skip another cutscene, if I can clip through the ceiling here. There we go. Okay.
On the PAL version of the game, the body slam is actually worse.
Yes, it is. Okay, this is the scary part here, so...
Worth noting is that he's doing this entire section completely out of order.
Okay, let's see, where are these bats? So, these bats are very, very scary. Because if either of them hit me, I'll crash the game. I just need to get to this checkpoint and I'm fine. Okay, we're good. Whew! Okay, now the game won't crash. For a while, at least. So I'm going over here to get this gem. This is probably one of the harder gems in the game, so this first jump is pretty precise. Good, and then I need to set up a long jump, and I do that by doing what's called a controllable slide jump. So if you do a slide jump off of an edge, you actually can steer yourself, whereas if you just do one on solid ground, you're locked in a specific direction. Alright, now we got a bunch of skips coming up. Here's the first one that is really dumb. So I have to... You can't jump off Cortex's head in this game, and this trick involves jumping off of Cortex's head. Like that. Ooh, that was close. Nice magnetic ground there. It's nice. I bring Cortex up here, so let's skip one of like 5 here in a row. Now coming up we have the Uka Uka boss fight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Cortex, and we're just going to walk right through this ice wall. So I've just walked through the trigger to start the fight. So now I'm in the boss arena, but now I need to get out. And I'm going to get out with some very creative platform creating here. I'm going to use this N. I'm going to throw a Cortex at a specific time to get a specific angle or range of angles on this end. Do a slide jump to get a long jump, and then walk to the very corner of this. Jump across, boom. Hit the checkpoint, death abuse, and now we have the real hard skip. This is called ride and slide skip.
I've never heard of that.
So I'm just going to focus for the skip because it's horrible. It's not horrible, it's just very, very hard. This is the easy part. I need Cortex over here. That's why I'm carrying him all this way. I'm going to put him like right here. Use his head as a platform. Okay. Load this section in. Now this is the fun part. Come on. So this seam in the mountain is 1 pixel wide. Nice. So the skip still isn't over. I'm actually gonna like walk the rest of this because I'm really scared.
Or otherwise, the game tried to load too much after this crashes again.
No, I already waited there. So now I need a body slam here, clip back in bounds.
Okay.
Now I need to go around the cutscene at the start of this level. And then I'm going to jump right onto the level. This is a slide, and here we go. This is Slip Slide Escapades. First humility skate level. Alright. Now we get a banger. Hopefully I don't miss the first gem. The first gem here is deceptively hard. And if I miss it, we'll get to hear the music of shame.
Yeah, the gems in the humility skate parts are just awful.
No,
Because, like, if you miss them, there's no turning around.
Yeah, I missed,
you just have to die.
Yeah, so I missed that one, so I have to die. This gem is actually, like, arguably the hardest in the whole game. Even casually, this gem is really hard to get, so... it's really great when you're on a run, and you do all those hard skips in a row, and then you get on here, and then you have a angle that's off by, like, 2 degrees, and you miss this and lose 30 seconds. Let's try take 2.
There's also a couple of gems where if he misses them, he's
there we
just
go.
going to have to save one because
Yeah.
he'll
Well,
have to redo the entire slide.
well, if I miss one in this run, I'm just going to keep going and get 99%. Because it's not really worth doing the slide multiple times. Depends. If I miss the green one, maybe I would do it again, but not the yellow one. Alright, so now we're on the slide. Here we go. Another banger. As is like every single song in this game. A banger.
Kind of encapsulates the goofy nature of these slides because you're going to get to the destroy Cortex's manhood in a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit right there. Alright, now we go towards the
Also, we
screen.
haven't brought it up yet, but the cutscene. Also, we haven't brought it up yet, but the cutscene in this game was over yet.
Yeah, too bad you skipped most of them. Let's not die here. Good. Yeah, so there's a crystal, like you just collect it because it's in your way. It's actually skippable, but no. You have to bounce off of like a bazillion things to get around that rail. Good luck.
After.
Oh no. Even if it was, we wouldn't do it because it's so stupid. I've seen Wed do it once on accident. That's how I know it works, because he just like missed the railing and then just like started mashing X and didn't die and made it across. Alright, so this cutscene's pretty great, so we'll just be quiet for the dialogue here.
Coming through! Ladies? Excuse me, madam. Are those real? Mother?
Mother? Alright, this is the first gem you only have one try at. It's much easier than the other one. Although I have missed that before, it's very sad. Alright. So we got 3 gems now.
Cycle dependent.
Yeah, okay, that's a good cycle. Alright, so now after this is the one-try gem that you don't want to miss. If I miss it, I'm going to just keep going. Ooh! Not even close. Like, totally nailed it.
Nice.
Well, I want to do this, because this is funny. I don't think a lot of people have seen these.
Oh, that was good.
Alright, so if you touch this box with the ball, it sticks to you. So now it's my box. It'll also come flying out at the end here. Whee! Cool game.
That's ridiculous.
That seems like physics, though.
I've never been so humiliated.
Cortex could just be invisible for that
Treasure
entire
could never
slide.
begin to compensate.
Yeah. Well, he can despawn when you're in the snowball. He didn't there. Alright, so now we go to High Seas Hijinks. This level is actually, like, probably the most straightforward level so far. Because there isn't really any out of bounds. There's just, like, tight movement and cycles. There's one cycle in particular I want to catch. And I won't catch it because I've been practicing it for the past couple days and I couldn't get it. Because I haven't played in a while. So every room in this level
Wait,
has...
a level where you don't go out of bounds? I thought you said we needed to remind you about that.
Well, you can go out of bounds in this level, it's just not faster. Oh, that was terrific. Okay, so I go over here to close the door, so let's just skip a cutscene. Do the fast pass. Alright, so this room is the room I want. Oh, there's a cycle I want to catch. It's at least possible to catch it here. Oh, not anymore. Oh, okay, I can still do this. Nice, got it. Perfect. Well, it wasn't really perfect, it was a little sloppy, but I got the cycle, so that's what matters. Alright, so I'm just gonna jump off this rocket.
Doesn't really matter.
There we go. This is PS2 and Xbox. Everyone plays on PS2 though, because European PS2s are way easier to get than European Xboxes. Also, NTS, like the North American version of the game, is totally fine. So.
Yeah, this would be Crash 5.
5,
I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, because there was one on PS2 that was very similar to the 133 called The Wrath of Cortex, and then this one, which is very, very different.
Yeah. Yeah. The actual title of this game in Japanese is Crash Bandicoot 5: The Ambition of Crash and Cortex? Question mark! Exclamation point! Question mark!
That sounds like a very Japanese title.
Alright,
Yeah.
so if you spin jump on things in this game, you don't get hurt. I say as I get hurt, but I got hit by a missile there, actually. So, this is actually technically faster. Yeah, I'm just going to do this for the one, because I don't want to die here. So, I'm fine with that.
You're able to just have engine throw a bomb on just the top of it, and it will destroy all three at once, but that will actually stop off the game as well.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this fight specifically checks if you've destroyed 3 individual things as opposed to destroying all 3 separately. So you can get him to throw a TNT straight up that blows up all 3 at once, and then the fight will just continue. Because this game is awesome.
That's uncharacteristically thorough for this game.
Yeah. This boss is like, we've been trying to find a way to skip this because the trigger for the next level is actually active underneath it. It's just too far down to fall down without dying.
Oh, okay.
Like, we've got some theories that are pretty close, but if someone wants to find a way to skip this boss, that would be great because it's like a minute-and-a-half time save. Okay.
Man who found dimension skip, so clearly you can
I found part of
really
it.
fall into. Yeah, no. True.
Alright, this is Rusty Walrus. This song is a banger, as they all are, but this is another towards the screen part, but this is much, much harder than the other ones. So I'll probably die here because
The
it totally...
version, Rusty Walrus will just run into a wall forever
Yeah,
and never actually face you.
yeah, I totally actually forget the layout here, so I'm probably gonna die. Okay, got through the first half without dying. I'm dead. Yeah, I knew I pressed X a little too early. It's alright, that's close, that's fine. I dying in the second half is less... No, I just pressed... I didn't extend the slide far enough. So when you... The slide is a fixed length in this game, but if you're sliding downhill, you can hold circle and extend it. Almost made the exact same mistake there, that would have been pretty epic. Okay, I'm scared. Okay. that was really slow at the end, but... yeah, if anyone wants to learn this, I will be at HEDQ, handing out free lessons, so...
At your own risk.
Yeah. You learn at your own peril. It took me like 3 months to learn this game, and I didn't even learn all of it in that time. But I was also learning all of the hardest stuff, so it's not exactly fair.
The rats are leaving the sinking ship.
Alright, this is another boss fight. This one's pretty boring, so if there's any donations or any plugs, this is a great time.
Silence. Looks like we'll have to bring it.
Alright, I appreciate that. Just want to let everybody know that they're watching Bring 'em Over 3. Our goal is to bring Prizzy, Ohan, and Beko over from Japan and Germany to take part in the Mega Man 4 through 6 Classic Relay. This will be the third time. We've brought five runners over before for Mega Man related relays, and it's just been a great time for everybody that's been able to take part in it. So we're halfway to our goal, about halfway through the marathon. So if people continue to be as generous as they have been, then no reason we can't do it again and bring these great runners over to the States and allow them to take part.
This guy falls down, he falls down to the T-pose.
Yes, yeah, if you're paying attention at home. Watch when Entropy falls down at the start of the next phase, he's in a T-pose. Finished video game.
He's also spin jumping onto those platforms to keep him from falling.
That is correct, yeah, they would fall after a few seconds. There we go. And T-pose. I forget who pointed that out to me, but once you see it, you can never unsee it.
A couple of unused things they're good things.
I'm also actually kind of getting quick hits here. It's like you're supposed to, if you spin Entropy's staff right on the last hit, it actually will hurt him. You're supposed to like jump up to him and hit him, but you can hit the staff and it will hit him faster. So this boss fight also what used to be completely different. There was a prototype or beta version of this level that's completely different. The whole level is completely different. If you like that kind of stuff, go to Game Hut on YouTube. The guy who runs that channel is the head of Traveler's Tales. So he puts out a lot of really cool content, and there's a bunch of content on this game that's really cool. Yo, nice camera. Been a while since I've seen that. Alright, so there's a cutscene up here that you're supposed to watch right at the start of Hub 2. I went under it because I was zombie. Now I have to go around it. We'll see. I haven't practiced this in ages, so... And I missed it. Damn it. Whatever. So this takes like 30 seconds.
Hilarious.
Before you rise as a cathedral,
Yeah, nothing wrong with more cutscenes.
Luckily,
Scary.
Vortex
But in
is
the wrong
hilarious.
hands, this iceberg lair could do much good.
Goodness in the world.
Of course, only I have the key. Observe. Follow me. I know
Another way.
Flying.
Alright. Yeah, shoutouts to Lex Lang. If you've played the Insane Trilogy, he did Cortex for those games as well. He didn't do them in the original games, but him in the original games, but he did in this game. This is the first game he did it, and they've just kind of kept him on as Cortex ever since. Alright, so now I have 5 of the 6 gems in this hub. The 6th one is kind of out of the way, so I'm going to do a pretty cool trick to get it. Thank God I have 15 lives, because it's possible I'll use all 15 trying to get it. Also another instance here of pausing the game to make it load faster. Normally I'm looking at my timer on live split, but now I'm just looking at my uptime in OBS, so I can tell how long to pause. It's just a couple seconds.
Let my brother go.
Oh, hey, crystals!
Collected any power crystals.
ruined. Thanks to Perky here.
Here's the great cutscene where Cortex says, we need 6 crystals and you only have 4, except at that point you actually only have like 1.
Nina.
If you're doing like all levels or something, you only have like 1 or 2 at that point.
Delightful. Obviously, I've made a few modifications
Even all
here
levels?
and there.
But don't play all levels, that's a bad
To my
category.
private dirigible. Set a course for Madam
That's any percent.
Also, don't play any
Apple
percent.
90%'s cool. It's 100% with like a semi-cool boiler, and then just like not fun anything else. All right. So now we have a trick coming up called platform descent, also known as hoping to win the lottery. Because once again, physics. So I'm gonna try and stay on this platform as it falls to get back down to the bottom of the lab here.
That's good.
Oh, come on! I got robbed. That so should have worked. Let's take 2. Oh, I messed that up big time. Take 3.
3rd time's the charm.
No, it's not. 4 times the charm. I had it the first time. I was like off by pixels. There we go. Okay. Grab this gem, Death Abuse, get back up here. Now I have all the gems in the first 2 hubs. Now we go into hub 3. And the first level of hub 3 is undoubtedly the coolest in the game. Also the riskiest in the rest of the game, really. It's like a 42-minute hub 2 at the time. That's pretty bad. Also, if you mash X here to skip this cutscene, the game crashes. Or Cortex spawns in the airship here without a gun, and you have to kill these enemies without the gun, which is really, really hard.
Do you just have to get them to like hit each other or something?
No, you have to use Cortex's like dive, where he like does that dive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have to use that to kill them. It's so hard. It's awful. So that's why you just wait for the FMV to come up. Alright, so this is Academy of Evil. The opening of this is cool if I can actually do it correctly. Okay.
A bunch of stuff out of bounds that's going to be utilized later.
Yeah. Good puzzle there. And so now I'll go out of bounds here. I'm gonna hit a bunch of stuff out of bounds, including 2 exclamation boxes and a nitro detonator. So there's the first exclamation box, nitro detonator, and other exclamation box. Alright, now I'm actually going to save, because this is a very good spot to save. Alright, what do I want to overwrite? I can overwrite that one, I don't need it right now. Because this is very important, because if I hit a checkpoint at the start of the next level, I have to load a save. So those exclamation point boxes and stuff let me get on all these bouncy boxes. Alright. Now time for Boiler Room Doom.
Yes, the old alma mater. As a former student myself, I'm well
Yeah, this
acquainted
level
with
is
many
really cool.
institution holds.
Like, it's really cool casually, honestly. But it's even cooler with speed tech, and way, way scarier with speed tech. Alright. So this will be a clench moment for the entire level. We got a super slide there, nice. Crap. Alright, hit the save, so I have to load, because otherwise this won't work. That's why I saved.
Yeah, because at the end of Boiler Room Doom, he's going to want to Death Abuse, and that'll send it back to the beginning of Classroom Chaos.
Yeah. So I think I have to actually hit a bunch of exclamation boxes again. That's fine. So yeah, loading times in this game in the PS2 are awful, so. Okay, this one I think I can get, right? Oh no, I need, where's the soccer ball? Alright, I have to do this the intended way. This is how horrible. percent back up there to hit that box without with the body slam. Hold any percent back up like the pre-dimension skip.
The
back
old
up.
alma mater. As a former student myself, I'm
It's a pretty
well
good visual
acquainted
cue to
with
use for that body slam, like right in between the two windows. You used to use those bouncy boxes to get up to the end of this hub. Alright, take 2 on this jump. Okay, I need to make sure I have autosave off. So if I save when I hit the box, then my save is meaningless. Okay, let's try this again. Another super slide. Okay, let's try this again. Here we go.
Main reason why glitch response to this game are impossible.
Okay, got the jump. Now I need to get back, grab Cortex. And again, throw him into a cutscene and jump over a death trigger.
I'm
Cutscene is
stuck!
glorious.
The greatest evil scientist in the world!
Stuck in a pipe.
How could things get any worse?
Imagine being pathetic enough to get stuck in a pipe somehow.
Okay, here we go. Now the fun begins. So I jumped
Noting
to...
is that even though he's invincible, Pipe Cortex is not.
Yeah, neither is regular Cortex. Yeah, so I did the jump around the first checkpoint in the level to avoid that one, and then zombied, so I can't hit the rest. So that means I have to play this whole level with no checkpoints, so if I die, I have to do the whole level again. And there's a lot of difficult stuff in this level, including the trick at the very end that is very hard and very likely to kill me. So again, I'm invincible, Cortex is not. This is very important.
That jump looks scary.
Yeah, it's fine. You don't die there if you miss it. But you go for it early, because if you miss it, then you need to be able to get on one of the platforms as they rise up, because otherwise you are stuck down there. Okay. This is the fun room. Next, like, 45 seconds or so.
Skip another boss fight here.
Just need to focus for the next, like, 30 seconds. Bingo. All right, we're in there. So get out of bounds using some crazy nonsense. Get the last gem through the wall, death abuse, and we're out of there.
Nice.
So that whole sequence,
Right?
that whole sequence saves about 4 minutes, as it skips fighting a boss and a bunch of other crap. So, again, very risky. Again, if I died at any point in there, I would have had to start the level over, and if I had gotten stuck underneath on the ground, I wouldn't have died because I was invincible. So I would have had to load a save. But now we're in Classroom Chaos. This level is like the most traditional style Crash level because it's like basically just a bunch of corridors. But it's got some really fun movement, so. And yeah, while I was doing all that out of bounds at the start of this hub, I hit the checkpoint at the start of this level, so that when I death reduced, I would be at the start of this level.
The song is also quite a banger.
Yeah. It's pretty good RNG in the courtyard here. Those dogs can be kind of annoying. And coming up, we got my favorite little bit of movement here. This just jump around the bookcase is awesome.
Right.
Alright, and now we have what is probably the coolest room in the game if I don't screw it up, the library. So this, if you've played this game before, even if you haven't, this room looks awesome, so here we go. I almost got it perfect, it was pretty close, just missed the last jump.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, you can actually jump off of that nitro detonator and get up on that pillar, but it's like a couple frame window. Alright, so that's the crash section of Classroom. Now you switch to Cortex. The problem with Cortex is he's really slow, so I'm going to body slam on this door, go out of bounds, my favorite spot. I'm going to jump over the cutscene that would switch me to Cortex, load this section, and then I'm just going to play Cortex's section on the ceiling as Crash. Because that's way faster. It's also easier. This section is actually really hard because you're running towards the screen the whole time and the camera isn't very far away. Alright, a little scary section here. This room. So there you have to fall onto the upper corner of the door frame and then jump off of it immediately to load this in correctly, otherwise you soft lock the game. Same thing there, if you don't double jump there to go back in bounds, you soft lock the game. So I went in bounds to get that gem, and I'm just going to go back out of bounds because being in bounds there's a lot of scary enemies and that's no fun. So we're out of bounds again. Couldn't remember which way to go. Going this way. And I'm going back in for this gem. And then I'm going out one more time. And this door. Now there's something we haven't seen yet. So watch this room. Disappear. So that's a wrong warp. So that just put me like 2 rooms ahead for no reason. Absolutely no reason.
Ramming 101.
All you have to do is do a slide jump there, and you get teleported ahead in the level. There's nothing fancy to do there. Alright, so now we have the frog room. So I've skipped 2 of them. This one I can't skip, because there's a gem after I need it. So I have to kill 24 frogs, so count with me here. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Alrighty, now out of Classroom. It's actually, aside from like the first like 10 minutes of this, first like level and a half, this run has been really good.
Yeah,
Which is
really
really
impressive.
Yeah, after that beginning nonsense, this has been really good. So,
And technically you got hover, so...
well, yes but no. So, Also, that cutscene that I'm watching there on Xbox 360, that cutscene runs at 1 FPS. So you lose over 2 minutes and 100% to watching that cutscene if you play on a 360. Not even exaggerating. Yeah.
And here's rooftop rampage.
Yeah. So again, if you listen to the music, it's all acapella.
So you're gonna go for the scenery jump, right?
Hell yeah! It's not gonna work, but I'll go for it.
My airship! Without it, we're stranded! Tie it to something secure.
For the most part,
I
this
say.
level is pretty
Hurry,
straightforward.
Nina, or you'll miss the battle.
Yeah. There's Nina has a tech. She doesn't have a double jump, but if you grapple onto a ring, that's why you never spin there. Someone told me that. If you grapple onto a ring and then mash X, you can get a second jump. So we'll see that here. And you keep the grapple momentum, so that's you kind of like cut corners and stuff. Again, this level's pretty straightforward. This level actually has 7 gems, but you cannot collect one of them. It's out of bounds.
If you got it.
I don't think it would give you more percent. I don't think it's collectible. But it is visible, I've been told. I actually don't know where it is. Oh, nice, I didn't have a mask. I don't even know that. Wait, where the heck am I? Where am I? Okay. Oh, I'm back here. Nice, that was a nice death. I've never died there before, so... I had no idea where I was. Not even kidding. Yeah, I'm just back like 20 or 30 seconds, that's fine.
More of this music.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to do. More music.
Stringy units so I cannot hear it.
Yeah, I don't know where the out of bounds gem is, I just know that there is one.
Do you know what color it is, out of curiosity?
I think it's clear,
Okay.
but I don't know.
Interesting.
I'll have to ask Beta or Smartkin. One of those guys would know what it looks like and where it is. Or Benzagram. Those guys know everything about this game. Nice. So there's a 100% chance of dying if you jump straight into a nitro like that. I guess it's something I haven't mentioned. Nitros in this game are a one-hit kill. Doesn't matter how many masks you have. You can have 3. Like triple mask, invincibility, nitro, still a one-hit kill. And the reason that is because there are so many puzzles in this game that are based on nitros that you could just cheese every single puzzle. If they didn't instantly kill you, so it kind of has to be that way. Plus,
They apply for TNTs.
Yes, TNTs are also one-hit kills. Anything that explodes kills you in one hit, regardless of masks. So up here, note how I can just hit this checkpoint from across this gap, and then die, and then just spawn at the checkpoint, and not actually have to cross the gap like I'm supposed to.
The level where you have to kill a specific enemy or else the game can crash.
No, we haven't gotten there yet. That is coming, though.
Okay.
How many lives do I have? 9, that's enough. I'll give the scenery jump one try. Well, I actually grabbed that hook on the first try. I don't think I've ever done that. Even though it's right there. Alright, so coming up, there's a shortcut I can take. The problem is that whether it works or not is essentially random, because the height you're at is like right at the height where the game kills you from fall, and plus there's like a death plane that is super wonky. So it's very likely I'll die here, even though it looks like I shouldn't have died, but we'll see what happens. Oh, I got it! Hell yeah. Alright, here we go. So sometimes you just hit the ground and die there. That saves about 15 seconds if you get that. If you miss it, it loses like 30. And this is pretty far in, so it's, you know, a debate of whether or not to go for it.
I'm not seeing you hit that ever. It's also the second time I've seen you go for that ever.
Yeah. Clearly you need to watch me play this game more so that I get it every time. Although I need to get here more often. The likelihood that you actually get a run this far into the game is pretty much 0.
Have to tie the airship to something here, and you tie it to the bus.
Yeah. It's not this bus is chasing you. There's actually a really cool strat where you can skip a corner up here by jumping on the bus. But it's no good for 100% because you skip a jump. But it's a really cool strat.
Oh,
It's,
yeah,
it's
that
like,
sounds awesome.
it's like an all-level strat. It's awesome. Oh, yes, I got the... So if you press down there on the exact frame you hit the ground, you go super fast. You want to die there, because if you don't death beast there, the game can crash. No, that's later. But you death beast there, otherwise the game can crash. I don't know why it crashes, all I know is that it has, and that's what I've been told, and so I always death beast there. I have no interest in getting this far in the game and not death abusing to save myself 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And having my game crash 50 minutes in. Also, contrary to what you may think, it's actually faster to wait for this platform here. Like that whole extra cycle, that was faster. Because the game is still loading stuff after the boss fight.
You are in detention.
Madam Amberly.
Man, this is my favorite boss.
Madam Amberly with extreme jiggle physics.
Also, that's one of 2 times you'll see him use the dive move from Cortex.
Yeah.
I'm an evil scientist.
Really use this, other than that.
Right, so here, if you stand in between 2 of these things, and then don't touch your controller, she gets confused and will only attack the same one. So right now I'm not touching anything on my controller. And she'll just keep attacking that one.
And this works on every single platform.
Yeah, every platform, every phase. This song is also underrated. You just can't really hear it because there's so much like shooting and organ music that, you know. If there's any donations or plugs, this is another good time. Probably the last good time before the end of the game.
Alright, I appreciate that. So, as we're getting close to the end of the game, I'll let you know what's coming up next on the schedule. We've got Trauma Center New Blood with Third Lord coming up next, and following that will be Super Mario Galaxy 2 with Super Viper T. Just want to give a shout out to some of the people that have helped put this marathon on. This is Chelmy's baby. He puts a ton of work into making this happen. So a big thank you to Chelmy, Eldra, Orsa, and Chelmy are the restreamers. But those people in particular and Quickstar put a lot of work into making this event happen. And then, you know, a lot of other people too. But it's amazing how much of people's personal time they invest into this. But I also want to thank the runners, the commentators, the people that donate, and you know, everyone that makes this happen, just so we can get people to get an opportunity to come to GDQ that otherwise wouldn't be able to. So thanks everybody for making that happen.
Yeah, shout out to everyone who's organizing this together. It's awesome.
I want to briefly thank everybody for donating for getting the perfect run met, because I checked the incentive list and that has been met, so thank you.
Oh yeah. Alright, so I've got one more gem to get in this hub. Just have to wait for this platform to come back. This platform, because of this platform cycle, it's actually slightly faster to do Boiler Room Doom last. Like, you get that, and then you do Boiler, but no one who actually runs this game wants to put Boiler later into the game, so no one does it, because it's not worth the 4 seconds or whatever it saves. Also, that trigger is huge, so...
When would you do Classroom Chaos in that?
First. You do it first.
Okay.
Like, you do the out-of-bounds stuff I did, and then you do classroom.
A mid 104 exiting up 3.
Okay.
I know your pace, so I'm sorry if I just ruined your mid.
104 exiting up 3. Yeah, this should be like a mid 120 something. I'll know more when I enter Antagony, because I know how long that level takes, so... Alright.
Yeah, the level's around like 9 to 10 minutes.
Cortex is going to break the 4th wall for us here.
And also reveal that Crash Twinsanity was in fact a Russian video game.
Yeah.
It should have been 2 new dimensions, but we ran out of time.
Should have been 2 new dimensions, but we ran out of time. Alright, so you hold down and mash X here, and that skips a cutscene. Like, it like glitches you out of a cutscene, the location. So I skipped a cutscene that saves like 15 to 20 seconds or something. That can spawn you in 2 spots, either right where I was or right in the center of the lab. So that's fine.
During timing.
Also, this elevator, don't mess with this elevator. If you slide onto it, if you like jump off of it and back onto it, the game just crashes. I don't know why, but just don't mess with this elevator for any reason. Just slide jump onto it, wait for it to get up here, and then jump off, and then forget about it.
I'm really upset that I don't get to hear this song.
Alright, so now we have, yeah, definitely the best song in the game. This is another slide level. It's much shorter than the other one.
My daughter, niece.
I think it's a little
We
bit
must
easier
do something.
too.
Think, Cortex.
Yeah, the first gem is kind of hard, but yeah, most of the other ones are much easier. And so Crash is getting a good look at the booty here. There's some good facial expressions.
It's with evil Crash, but it's really not.
Yeah, it says race, but it's not a race. He just like teleports in and out of existence. Alright, here we go. Banger alert. Hopefully I don't miss the first gem. It's really easy to miss this gem. Okay, I got it perfectly. This one's also easy to miss. You have to go really wide to the right. Alright, we're in there. Here we go. So a lot of the gems in this level are actually hidden in the tunnels, which is completely the opposite of the other slide, where like none of them are in the tunnels. So this is gonna hurt Cortex, I'm sorry. That TNT wall is kind of hard to get over. There we go. There we go. So that's all the gems. They're just all like right on top of each other. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, but okay. Hit the nitros, hit the nitros. Okay, good. So sometimes Evil Crash hits that wall with nitro, sometimes he doesn't. And if he doesn't, it's pretty hard to go around it.
Nina dies also.
Yeah, we needed Orsa for the Tony Hawk segments of this run. Alright.
This game is probably a better skateboarding game than Tony Hawk 2 is, in all honesty.
The physics in this game are awful. I've never even played Tony Hawk 2, and I would, I would not agree with that.
Yeah, ZBM's right. This is snowboarding, not skateboarding. Sorry.
This is Snowboard Kids for the PS2. Alright, so now we're in the last hub.
Kids game.
Now, again, we haven't been skipping puzzles in a while, so let's skip a few more. Good puzzle there. This one's my favorite, this green gem here. This is not the intended way to get this gem. That is not what you're supposed to do. Just... And I want to get this gem in Death Abuse. Alright, now, take a look at this puzzle here. To the... Look at that puzzle right there. Just keep looking at it. Look at how horrible it is. And I'm just going to do this instead. Good puzzle. Even if you're playing this game casually, I just recommend doing that. That puzzle is impossible.
There they are. Let her go. Take me instead.
But don't worry, because we're not done.
Died. If Nina and Evil Crash died from getting the knife, how come they're there right now?
Alright, now, more force field shenanigans. That one I'll just go under instead of over, so you can't get on top of it. Alright, now coming up, we have a section similar to Totem Hokum where it's like a Cortex escort thing, but I'm going to jump around the trigger to start it. This one is much more difficult because the paths aren't straight. There are also several Cortex triggers you have to avoid. I mean, there are in the first one too, but they're extremely easy to avoid because the normal path just takes you out of the way.
Version, Evil Crash is one run circle indefinitely.
Yeah, on this version. It's pretty funny. Hopefully, if I die, I'll show that off, but hopefully I don't die. Well, depending on where I die.
And with the
If I
music
die.
that plays in this section, it's amazing.
Yeah, this is actually, it was in the earlier level, so it's actually Flight of the Bumblebees. It makes way more sense in the first area if you do the first area the way you're supposed to. Out of context, it makes no sense, but...
It's like ease and
Yeah, so again, I'm supposed to be escorting Cortex through all this stuff, breaking the hazards, waiting for him, but I'm just going through this normally. And then run on these rocks to load the next section of the level in. No, I wasn't supposed to double jump there, that's fine. Okay, so the water behind this gem doesn't exist. If you look carefully there, it doesn't exist. Okay, we're good. So dying there is really bad because you will go back to a checkpoint in the middle of that section, and then you will have to escort Cortex through at least the second section.
It actually moves slower than your walking speed.
Yeah.
For reference.
And so here's another puzzle. And there goes another puzzle. Oh, look, another force field. I wonder what we're going to do to this one. This one is an actually way more reasonable puzzle than the other ones, but still slow.
No.
And then one more puzzle skipper here. And now we're going to the last level.
Victor and Moritz.
What's my time at?
Stronghold of evil.
Like
This is where we
1:13:45-ish.
Okay, this will be under 125.
Passed on the run.
Unless something really, really bad happens. This level takes
We
about...
enter the cutscene at 1:13:38.
Yeah, this level takes about 9 minutes. It takes 9 minutes if you're good. I'm gonna go for some stuff in this level so that if I fail, just try again. So it'll probably take me close to 10. But we'll see. All right, this is the last level in the game. So this is the only level in the game when you're when you're doing any percent. Is the only level in the game you have to actually play. And if you look at the leaderboards for this game, any percent is only 14 minutes. This level is 8 of those. Okay, so this enemy is very scary. If you do not kill that enemy, your game can crash. So kill him. There's a lot of ball puzzles in this level. Almost missed that one. Nice fence. Another nice fence.
We need to play the game. We need to play the game sometime.
Yeah. We're coming up with a pretty cool strat, the box strat. This doesn't really save any time. It saves maybe a little bit, but it's cool, so I'm gonna do it. Come on. Get the slide jump. Oh, alright. Well, if I can't get the slide jump, I'm just not gonna go for this. There we go. So me running on the walls of this level, get used to that. A lot of that. On this level.
1 or 2 more times.
Yeah. Alright. These colors, if you have played this game as a kid, you probably just repeat the order over and over and over again, so you don't jump on the wrong one. Red, green, blue, yellow. Red, green, blue, yellow. Alright, so here's an ant fight. This one's not skippable. I have to kill 4 ants. There, I killed 5. I'm gonna try for a cool thing with this ball. Cool little ricochet. Oh, look at that! That's what I'm talking about. I totally did not expect that to work.
Oh, sick! Nice.
That was so good.
No, that was pretty solid.
There's another cool skip coming up. This one is kind of new, maybe last year or so. So I'm gonna use this enemy. He didn't jump on me. What the heck? Alright, I'm gonna death abuse and go for this again. I don't know why he didn't react in the way he's supposed to. Take 2. There we go. Okay. Now we're up here.
Nice.
Oh, nice camera. Okay, I had to bail on the long jump there because I was gonna die. So I couldn't see where I was. Okay. I'm gonna hit this checkpoint because I'll probably die if I don't. Woo! Alright, I died anyways. I thought I was gonna get killed by the ball. Okay, here we go. It's a little sloppy here, but that's fine. And again, the long jump, I'm using the long jump on these walls here to get around these big pillars. You can't normally make it around these, even if you manage to get up here on your own. The long jump lets you get around these. Alright, coming up. Coolest cycle skip in the game if I get it. It's actually so cool that I will death abuse if I don't get it. I mean, I got it, but I shouldn't have, because I didn't get the long jump, but it still worked. Okay, now we get to do some cool little controllable slide jumps. To set up some quick long jumps. These are pretty tight. Okay, this should be the last gem. No! I was gonna have the good cycle, and then I died. Right, well, I can still go for it again.
Oh, dang.
So I'll just go for it again here.
Was that an Andy Gavin right there?
Maybe. I thought I pressed X, apparently I didn't. That's fine. I can still just show off the cycle here. Come on, show me ball glitch. I haven't had the ball glitch here in like a year. Done. sometimes when you spin the ball into the receptacle, if like the game lags or something on the same frame, it will duplicate the ball. The ball will go in, and it will still be there, and you can actually, in that instance, you can use that ball in this room, and you can skip one half of this room. But it's super uncommon. It saves about 6 seconds if you get it. And also, you can spin the balls under the receptacles in this room because the box is so big. Okay. So more of these. Now we're gonna one more out of bounds because there's a cutscene up here with Spyro. Actually, Spyro's in this game, but we're gonna go out of bounds here and skip it because that's slow. Shoutouts to one of the world records of this game, which actually failed this skip right at the end. It was pretty funny. Okay, land on that door, and now it's just slide jump to the final boss. So we're very quickly approaching the end of this amazing experience. It was actually way better than I was expecting after the start that we had.
Yeah,
The first 15 minutes were like a complete train wreck, and the last hour and 10 minutes has been great.
Yeah, this turned out really well.
Yeah, the worst thing I had to do was like load a save in Boiler once, but that wasn't even that bad. Okay, pause again there to load this faster. Alright, final boss time. This is also some great music here, so.
Also, he has 93%. He had 93% of that boss screen, which means he'll have 100% after he beats the final boss.
Yeah, well, it'll still say 93, but you actually get. Oh, that's bad. You get 7% this game if you watch the credits.
Alright. Is that you can just hold the grappling button and you will automatically grapple.
If you just hold jump and grapple, so X and circle, you'll grapple on immediately. So I think a lot of people when they pick this game up, they like try and mash the buttons or time them. You don't have to do that. You just hold them both. And you don't even have to hold like a direction or anything. Alright, so that's phase 1 with Nina. Phase 2 with Cortex. You just press square a lot here. You don't want to mash it though, there's like a certain rhythm to it. You can press square too fast here.
What happens if you do?
The gun jams a lot. So you just miss more shots. And then I want to break the cannon first. I think if I stand close to him, he can't actually hit me with the machine gun here. Alright, it's time for Mecha Glitch. So, you have a rocket launcher here. Normally it spawns on your left arm. If the game decides to, it can spawn the rocket launcher up your butt. Not even kidding. That's actually what happens. Alright, I didn't get Mecha Glitch. So get ready on time, by the way. And time. Alright, yeah, 93 on the pause screen means I have 100%. Hey, well, that wasn't that bad, actually. I'm actually pretty happy with that after the beginning. That was really good, so.
Yeah, really nice run.
1:23:29 is what the screen says.
Based. Alright. We'll show some cutscenes here. And then I'll reset for the credits because there's just one quick glitch I want to show if we have the time. Which is like right at the start. Well, I guess two things I can show because they're both like right next to the start of the game. So
worth noting is that on the PAL version of the game, the cutscenes are actually slowed down. And Joe and I actually have a debate over whether the ending song is better slowed down or not. And I think it's not.
Yeah, if you play one version of the game for a long time, and then you listen to the cutscenes from the other version of the game, it just sounds wrong because it's running slower on PAL or faster in TSC. We have time? Alright, great. Yeah, I'm just going to show these cutscenes here. And then, yeah. This is your new favorite video game. That's a great opinion.
Agreed, yeah.
You know, Crash.
Yeah, anyone wants
someday I will.
Yeah, if you want to learn this game, I will warn you that it does take a long time to learn. but it's really worth it. It's really fun to play this game. There are a bunch of resources out there. You can join the Crash server and ask some questions, because everyone knows, between all the runners of this game, everybody knows everything. And it's cool to see new runners of this game. I'll also be at GDQ teaching this to anyone who wants to learn it. So.